Hey guys, in this video we are going to be reviewing 3D objects. We are going to be discussing what we have learned from the last 3 videos. To refresh, an attribute is the feature or an element of a 3D object. For example, 3D objects have faces, edges and vertices, something we discussed in the first video. A face is a surface with a boundary. An edge is a straight line or a curve that forms a boundary of a region. And a vertex is where edges meet, for example the corners of a triangle. I want you to now review and reflect on these questions and think about whether you understand what these questions are asking and the answers to these questions. Can you name all the 3D objects? Do you understand what an attribute is? Do you know the difference between 3D objects and 2D shapes? Do you know how to compare 3D objects? Can you connect 3D objects to the real world, for example a basketball being a sphere? Pause this video to take some time to reflect and discuss what these questions mean to you and the answers to these questions. Here are all the 3D objects that we have explored. We can see pyramids. Remember, pyramids are classified based on their bases. We have a square base pyramid and a triangular base pyramid. We can see some prisms here. We can see a rectangular prism and a triangular prism. When I think of prisms, I think of elongated or stretched out 2D shapes. Look at the cylinder. A cylinder, what is the difference between a prism and a cylinder? I'll let you reflect on that. We also see a sphere. We know a sphere is a ball. We have a cube. A cube is made up of 6 faces and is also like a Rubik's Cube or like a dice in the classroom. And lastly, we can see a cone. Do you know the difference between a cone and a pyramid? Take a second now to pause this video and think about the attributes of 3D objects, how they are alike and how they are similar, and how they are different. That is the real key to understanding 3D objects, is to understanding their similarities, their differences, and connecting those 3D objects to the real world. Where do you find these objects in the real world? What connections can you make?